Hi everyone, welcome back to Discover and Learn. Today I'm back with yet another interesting session on how to communicate in the best possible way, or how to be clear in your communications, or how to express yourself or your ideas clearly, efficiently and effectively. Okay, so while communicating or while speaking, it's always required that you should be clear, you should be impactful, and you should be efficient in conveying your ideas. Now, these are big words, heavy words, which we all are a little scared of. We don't know whether, when we are talking, whether it is impactful, whether it is efficient, whether it is effective, or it is clear or not. We don't think a lot before speaking about all these things. But today in this session, I'm going to tell you how you can articulate your speech, or how you can prepare your speech, or how you can start having conversation in a way which will help you to be impactful, efficient, effective, clear, and flawless in your communication, in your speech. Okay, it's very simple. We need to keep a few things in mind before speaking, and everything will fall in place. It's not a big deal. It's not a rocket science. We all take care of it in our mother tongue. When we speak in our mother tongue, we take care of all these things while speaking. So it's not something which we have not done before. It's just that this language is new, and we feel a little difficulty in expressing our thoughts because of various reasons: lack of words, lack of understanding, lack of ideas, lack of knowledge, lack of knowledge skills, etc., etc. There are lots of things behind this. But here we want to talk about how we can be fluent and confident when speaking in English. So we have to practice. If we practice in this way, what I'm going to tell you in this session, it is definitely going to help you to become fluent and confident and impactful and effective and efficient in speaking in English, or in communicating yourself in front of others. Okay. On that note, guys, welcome back to my channel. I am your communications coach and a soft skill trainer by profession, and I'm here to help you out with all your communications problems and to help you speak English fluently and confidently. And if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, quickly subscribe my channel, like and share my videos, do write your comments in the comment section, and do not forget to press the notification icon so that you get all my videos on time, free of cost, and access to all the amazing content on this channel. What you have to do is stay tuned, stay connected, and watch my entire video to master this skill. Let's begin now. So I've spoken about the problem. When we communicate, we are not very effective in our communications. We don't make an impact on listeners or our audiences, right? And we feel little less confident, and we are not able to express our ideas also in a better way. And every time when we speak, we come back and we think about it, and we come up with this thought that I could have been a little better, right? While speaking in English at that time. We always think this, right? So there's no end to this thinking. If we think this, which means we are looking for improvements, we want to improve, which is a good sign. So every time when you speak in English, come back, analyze it, and think what else you could have spoken there, right? What you would have done to make that speech better. Okay. So this is something we need to work on. We all need to work on every time. This is the first thing which will help us to become better communicators. So the first thing is, whenever you speak to somebody, or whenever you have spoken to somebody, come back, analyze it, see what was your fault, what you could have added to your speech which could have made it better or effective. Okay. We all have flaws. We all make mistakes, which is absolutely fine. It's just that if we have that urge to correct that mistake, to solve that problem, that is it. We have hit the target. which means we have hit the goal and we are definitely going to achieve it very soon. So this is the first thing you have to do. Whenever you speak to anybody or you have spoken to anyone, or if you are practicing anything, right? You are practicing English speaking, you're speaking about some topics or picture or anything else. After that, take a moment to analyze what you have spoken. So that is why I always tell you, video record it. If you video record it, you will get to know what all mistakes you have done or how you can improve on your speech, or what else you could have added, or what else you have said to make it better, clear and effective, right? So that is why whenever you speak on anything, whenever you talk to people, whenever you have had a discussion, come back, analyze it, think about it, what mistakes you have done, or what more things you would have said or added or spoken about to make your speech or communication better. Okay, if you keep doing this, if you keep practicing this thing every time, it is definitely going to help you a lot in speaking in English the next time. So next time you will be careful while speaking in English and you will take care of all the points which you have missed in your first conversation. Okay, so this is a very much needed practice which you have to do. You have to take care of this. Whenever you speak, you have had a conversation or you are practicing English speaking, always analyze what you have said and what more you could have said, or what more ideas you could have added to make your speech clearer, better and effective. You have done to make it more clear, effective and impactful. Okay, so this is the first thing. The second thing which I would like to share here is storytelling. Now, what this storytelling is, it's not that you have to write a book. You have to write a storybook. No, I'm not talking about writing a storybook or coming up with a novel or anything else, writing a blog or something. But we have to see, or we have to realize this thing that, whenever we speak to people, it has to be in a sequence. It has to be in a sequence like a story. Where the story started, what is the body of the story and how it is going to end. Okay, we have to have this clarity before speaking. Now, when you're talking in your mother tongue also, when you're describing an incident in your mother tongue, you have clarity, right? You know everything in and out about the language. So it's very easy for you to describe everything in detail from start to end, right? But while speaking in English, we are not comfortable with the language, lack of words, lack of confidence, lack of fluency, lack of ideas, lack of knowledge. Lots of things are there. That is why you're not able to describe every single detail in a sequence. And what happens is people start losing interest, or people don't understand what you're trying to say, or people just understand half of your ideas, right? They're not able to connect everything. So this is the problem when you're not able to communicate anything properly or clearly or effectively or efficiently. Okay, now here storytelling comes into play. If we start looking at every conversation, every English speaking practice as a story, it will be much easier for us to start communicating in English with others in a sequence, in a structured way, like a story. Okay, which will be interesting, which will be clear, which will be effective, impactful, efficient, everything. Okay, so what you have to do is, while speaking in English, we have to make sure beforehand that we know what to say, how to start, what will be the content, and how to end the conversation or end the discussion. We should know, or whatever we are describing, we need to know how to start, what will be the body of the discussion, and what will be the ending. Okay, so this is a sequence. This is a rough sketch I'm giving you. So you have to take care of the beginning or start, body, and the conclusion or the ending. Okay, this is what we speak about storytelling. When we read a story, we know there's an introduction, the characters are introduced in the story, right? The plot is there, which is the main content, right? The plot and the story, and then comes the conclusion. So in this way, we have to frame every conversation and we have to frame every discussion or whatever we are describing. We need to frame it in this way. Okay, to make it clear, effective, efficient, and impactful. For example, if I have to describe my experience of a vacation or a holiday, how will I describe it? Okay, I'm going to tell you in detail about all these 3 points, like how to start, okay, and what will be the body and what will be the ending or the conclusion. Okay, suppose I went on a holiday at a hill station in summers or during summers, and I'm going to describe that. So how will I start with my holiday plan or holiday? How will I start with this discussion? The first, the foremost thing which comes is how did I plan? Right? That will be the introduction. Okay. So probably I'll start saying during summers it becomes very hot and we all need a break. So I plan to go on a vacation to a hill station. Okay. So during summers it's very hot. We all need a break. So I thought of going on a vacation to a hill station. This is the introduction. Now comes the story or the plot. Where did we go? What did we do? Right? Everything will be there. Now the second part I'm going to talk about is we plan to go to Mahabaleshwar. We booked our tickets. We booked a resort to stay there. So we booked a cab to go to Mahabaleshwar. We went there. It was a 3.5 hour drive and we really enjoyed everything on the way. When we reached Mahabaleshwar, the resort was beautiful and the weather was very pleasant. It was really a much needed break from summers. The weather was very pleasant. The resort was beautiful. We went there. We ordered something to eat. And after finishing our food, we thought of exploring the resort. So we went ahead and we took a tour of the resort. There was swimming pool, there was kids play area, there was indoor games, there were other recreational activities. The garden was beautiful and many things were there. After spending some time there, we came back and we started planning to go out to explore Mahabaleshwar. Right? So I'm telling you everything in sequence. I'm not mixing anything inside, right? I didn't say that, I went to the resort and then we went to visit some places in Mahabaleshwar and when we came back and we explored the resort. No, it has to be in a sequence, right? We went there, we had some snacks and food. We thought of exploring the resort. We saw the resort and then when we came back and we thought of exploring Mahabaleshwar, going out and visiting places in Mahabaleshwar in the evening. Okay, so this is what our plan was. So everything has to be in a sequence so that people also will be interested to know what next, right? And then lastly, I would like to conclude. So what I'll say is, so in the evening we went to Mahabaleshwar garden. We had a lot of things there. We had a lot of ice cream, strawberries, slush, etc. there at Mahabaleshwar garden. We also went to some other points which are very famous. We clicked pictures. We enjoyed the scenery. We enjoyed the beauty of the location. We enjoyed the weather for another 2 days. And then we thought of coming back home. We really had a good time there. And after coming back, we started feeling very refreshed and energetic. It was a much needed break. And we had a lot of fun there. That's it. So this is how you can describe anything. You cannot start with, we went to Mahabaleshwar, we went here, there, and then you can start talking about we booked the tickets and we booked the resort and then finally, we had a great time there. We explored this, that. No, don't mix everything. Start in a sequence. How you started. What is the storyline, or what is the body? What did you do there? What all things were there? You have to describe everything in detail in the body. And conclusion is about your thoughts. How was it? Whether you enjoyed or not, or what do you feel about it? That is the conclusion. Okay, so in this way, if you start talking about anything, it will be more interesting, more clear, more effective, more impactful, and you'll be more efficient in speaking in English fluently and confidently. So whenever you're talking in English, whenever you're practicing in English, or you're speaking to people in English, make sure you have to follow these steps or the strategy. Okay, start, body, and ending. Okay, body or story in detail, whatever story is there. Okay, so it has to have 3 parts. You have to make sure how you are going to start, what will be the content, and what will be the ending. Okay, if you start speaking in this way, it will be much better to understand and interesting as well. And you will also find it very easy to speak. Okay, so make up your mind what to talk about or how to talk about. As in my previous video, I told you about questions, right? I said when you have a ball, if somebody gives you a ball and asks you to describe that, you will have hundreds and thousands of thoughts, and you'll not be able to concentrate. You will feel what to say first, what to say next. So you will be in a hurry to speak up, and you will just do a blunder. You will start saying anything like, this is a ball. It is red in color. I play with this ball. This ball has 2 colors. This ball is round in shape. I go and play with kids with this ball. So it will not make an impact, right? It is very haphazard. Anything, whatever is coming to your head, you're just speaking up. Instead, if you start questioning yourself, what is this? What do you do with this? What is this for? What you like doing with this? So if you start thinking about question and answering, it will be in a sequence. Okay, when somebody is listening to you, they will be able to understand you, relate to it. Okay, so it will sound much more structured and more organized. So that is why asking question and answering is easier than randomly speaking on anything. It helps us to organize and structure our speech. Okay, and the second thing is storytelling. Storytelling in the way you should know how to start, what should be the body or the content, and what should be the ending in any situation and every situation. If you are describing your lunch also, you should know where to start, what should be the body, and what should be the ending. Okay, whatever you are talking about, just make sure you follow these 3 steps, and you will see a lot of difference in your conversation, communication, and description in English. So guys, I'm sure if you practice in this way, you will see a lot of difference in your speech, in your communication, and you'll be able to speak English with clarity, impact, and efficiently, along with confidence and fluency. So guys, that's it for today. I'll see you in my next session. Until then, keep learning, keep speaking, keep watching, and keep exploring. See you. Bye-bye and take care.